It's amazing. Just a few weeks ago, we were 14 degrees with 6 inches of snow and ice on the ground. We're gonna be 80s all week. This is gonna change a lot. It's gonna change a lot. Doc's got the big hat on, and what does that mean? That means we got some warmer temperatures coming in and sunshine. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? We got close to 3 inches of rain, and I just pulled up my 10-day forecast, and the temperature, let me pull it up to make sure I'm right. 78 today, then 60s. By Friday, 81. Saturday, 81, 80, 81, 81. Dude, that's just crazy. This is why I say, and I hope you follow the lawn guides, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but come out about 2 weeks early. So they tell me that my pre-emergent date is March 15th. I say March 1st. So if you don't have your pre-emergent out and you're in my zone, which is sort of northeast Georgia area, get your pre-emergent out. 5 days in the 80s, you know you're going to have some weed seeds germinating. Good time, make sure you get your pre-emergent out. We cover this in the lawn guide. I cover the split program where we put down the granular first. We come out about 3-4 weeks later, and then we put out a liquid on top of that. And you do that and you'll be absolutely perfect. You won't have any problems. No pre-emergent is perfect, by the way, but if you do that program, instead of 75% of your weeds, you'll probably get 85 to 90% of your weeds under control with the split program. The lawn guides, the QR code is right here. 3 million people have used them. We don't want your email. We don't want you to sign up. There's nothing. They're just there. That's freelawncareguide.com is the Cool Season website. There's a link to the Bermuda lawn site and the Zoysia lawn site website. We built them years ago. Calendars, answers, questions, product links, everything. Get them. But that's great. Now this is annual ryegrass that I put out here. Underneath it is Bermuda. And I'll just let this go. When the Bermuda wants to come up, the Bermuda wants to come up. I will not be putting pre-emergent on this, by the way. I don't have a big weed problem here unless I start to see something, but I'm just going to leave it for now. I put out DGL, dark green lawn. Now DGL is great for something like this where you want just a little bit of fast punch of nitrogen. It's one of the only micronized fast release fertilizers that's all nitrogen to put on your lawn. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So I say right now, if you're in my area or if you're close to your zones, this zone, put out your pre-emergent, and the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put out a light coat of fertilizer, and that kind of confuses some people. Why are you doing that, Doc, if my lawn is still dormant? I haven't even scalped yet. It's because what you want, this soil has been sitting out here completely uncared for 6 months. You've been doing nothing to it, and it's going to become nutrient depleted. And these fertilizers, especially stuff like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium and the micros, can take weeks and weeks, if not months, to get into the soil. So come out with a light coat of PGF Complete or even PGF Balance the same time you put out your pre-emergent. That is, I think, really critical to get some of those nutrients into your soil, so that, let's say in 3, 4, 5 weeks, when that Bermuda, Zoysia, whatever starts to wake up, it's going to wake up into an environment that the nutrients are already there, and you don't have to put down a bunch of nutrients. The other thing you can do is you can piggyback, and I talked about this before. So I come out, let's say my lawn, I scout my lawn, everything's ready. I put out PGF Complete. Well, you might need an extra punch of nitrogen, especially in the springtime. Come out with DGL. You've got your balanced fertilizer out. You've got your 16-4-8. Now come out with DGL. DGL is all fast release nitrogen. Put out a light coat of it and sort of spoon feed the lawn with that nitrogen. Get it to pump up. And let me tell you what, your lawn will be absolutely gorgeous. So here, I'm starting to see a bunch of little weeds come up, and that they are not my concern. My concern is goosegrass and crabgrass. So I'm definitely going to come out here and put out some pre-emergent here, even though I don't like to do it because the pond is right there, but I'll be real careful with it. I may not even put a granular. I may just come out with a liquid on this. I'll come out with the liquid on this and then water it in, water it in, water it in. Always water in your pre-emergents, folks, as soon as you put it down. And of course, my number one rule with pre-emergents is put it down on a dry soil. Do not put it down on a saturated soil. And then you have a rain come in, it all washes off. So dry soil, put down your pre-emergent, water it in. right after that, or at the same time, same day, put out some PGF Complete and you'll be good to go. Scalping, probably in about a week or two after you start. What I like to do is when I see a green haze start to develop on my lawn and I start to see it wake up and I'm having temperatures that are consistently warm, I'm going to go ahead and start scalping. Do a pre-scalp. Take it down little by little. You don't have to do it all the same day. Start cutting. As a matter of fact, I was driving through a neighborhood this morning. There was a guy out there. He was pushing a mower, hand mower, and he was cutting a dormant grass. He's starting to scalp. Okay, so we've talked about pre-emergent and dealing with crabgrass and goosegrass. Let's talk about, because I know I'm going to get the question about, Doc, I have weeds in my lawn right now. Weeds that are left over from the winter. I'm starting to see some clover. I'm starting to see, as an example, clover popping up here. I've got some weeds coming up. So what can I put out now that will kill these weeds and prevent them from coming back over the next month or two? I love the Bio Advanced Season Long Control. The spray is for broadleaf. You can come out here and you can spray that. You will kill off. Now you want to spray that where you have no rain. You can't have any rain for 24 hours. So go ahead and spray that out, put it on. It'll kill the broadleaf. It's targeted for broadleaf weeds only. It is not effective. Now the season long control, here's where the warning comes in. It's going to stay active in the soil for 6 months. The bottle says that you can reseed after 60 days. But honestly, it's going to have an impact if you plan to seed. It's going to stay active in the soil for a long time. So if you plan to do any reseeding or seeding of anything, don't use that product. If you're not, let's say you have a sod lawn, you just have a bunch of weeds popping up, great to have. I put a link to that down below. I think it's about $17 a bottle, but it's really good stuff. So it has a mix of killers in it. And then it has a pre-emergent inside of it that will help control those broadleaf weeds all season long for at least, let's just say, 3 months. Very good product to use. You can use that in combination with a granular pre-emergent for crabgrass and goosegrass. But you need to make sure that you don't do it at the same time, because obviously, when you put down a granular pre-emergent, it has to be watered into the soil. You've got to get that watered into the soil. Well, you don't want the bottle, the spray, the weed killer to be washed off. So maybe put down a granular pre-emergent, water, give it a couple days, and then come back with the bottle, the season long, and actually go ahead and treat the broadleaf weeds. So you can do that too. So that's a good little trick you can do. But again, be careful if you plan to reseed. Don't use the blue bottle because it will stick around for a while. I'm going to take you up to the gardens real quick and show you some of the compost pile and stuff we're doing for prep up here, and a little bit different twist on it too. We'll talk about using some chicken crumbles, which are really good for compost piles. We'll go up and do that now. Look at this thing. Look at that. Is that crazy or what? And there's a bunch of these purple top turnips out here. I mean, this is that right there. If you ever needed substance food that would carry you along, man, these fields, the deer are loving these fields right now. So my compost pile, I'm gonna have to get my John Deere. I'm gonna spread it out, and I'm probably gonna spray it with a little bit of Lawn Alive just to try and get it to fire up, and because I need it for the new garden. And if you're making compost piles, you really want to make a compost pile like right about now. It's going to get close to 80 degrees. And if you can spread that compost material out, get it warm in the afternoon, put down some Dirt Booster Plus on it. If you have some Lawn Alive, spray with a little bit of Lawn Alive, pile it back up, and it'll fire up, and it'll get between 110 and 150 degrees, usually within 2 days. And so it'll just sit there and sort of become this wonderful compost you can put into your gardens. It's about time to start working on compost piles. All right, so the pile already has mycorrhizal fungi. Excuse me, already has dirt booster, which has the biochar, mycorrhizal fungi, corn distillates. I already put a bag of that on here about a week ago. It's been too cold to fire up. Nice warm temperatures. I threw down a bag of chicken crumbles, which works really great in compost piles. Now I'm spraying it with some mycorrhizal. Normally I would use Lawn Alive, but I'm out. I'm out of Lawn Alive. So, and I saved some of that bottle. What I'll do is I'll actually, once I pile this up, I'll make a little hole in the top and I'll pour a real concentration of those micros down in there just to see if I can get this thing to fire up, because it really needs to get going. I want this stuff to be digested by microbes and fungi, and that's what really turns it into nutrients. It becomes alive. Then we're going to take that, we're going to put it into the rows, and then we'll till it, just the rows, and we're done for the whole year, pretty much. So now, I'm going to go work on this mushroom pile over here. It's a big pile of wood chips. And I'm going to flatten it all out, and we're going to try and plant mushrooms over here this year. Never done it before. Let me know if you have. Besides the morning sun, the afternoon sun gets blocked out by this tree. I think what I can do is I can just rake some rows in here to give them shade. And this whole area will plant mushrooms all in this area. I think it'd be really cool. To hell, give it a try. At least it cleans some of the mud out of my friggin' wheels, dude. Nothing worse than red clay in these tires and I gotta go wash it out. Man, that's actually nice. It took out most of that red clay. Thank goodness. So it's funny, I'm up here feeding the chickens, and we've got clover and cereal rye planted in here to keep our garden green all year, but I have a ton of henbit. So if you have this weed, looks like this, has that little purple flower on it, that's henbit, but they also call it chicken weed because it's really high in iron and nutrients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of my what the hell you call them, my electric mowers and I'm going to put a bag on it, and I'm going to come and I'm going to cut this down a little bit and feed it to the girls. Man, they'll have a blast. And they'll be cutting some of this clover, because look at this is great, all this clover and henbit. Man, they love their green, so it's actually a benefit up here in the garden. I can cut it, chop it up real fine, and give it to them, and they just love it. But in a lawn, you don't want it. So another tip for you real quick is check your equipment, and there's a specific reason for this. You want to get your equipment out, you want to start it, you actually want to run it, change your oil, do whatever, make sure your gas is fresh in it. But I took my my Toro, I've got a big 60-inch Titan, and I took the Titan out and I was cutting out here, and all of a sudden, man, the whole deck started vibrating violently. And I don't know, I couldn't tell if it was a pulley or a blade. So John's gonna come pick up the Toro today. He has a trailer all the time, so he's gonna pick it up, he's gonna take it over to the shop for me, and I've got a set of blades that I ordered off Amazon for it. So I'm going to send the blades over with it, because I'm sure if the shop orders the blades, it'll be 3 times as much. So I'm going to pull this out. John will be here in about an hour to pick that up. And then today is Monday. On Wednesday, John and Jeff are coming out, and we're going to do a whole bunch of cutting all around here, because 80 degrees, this grass with DGL on it's going to pop, and it's going to grow like crazy. So I say this all the time, order early. In the description below, you go to the lawn guide, or in the description below, I'll build a page. Go through there. I've already got everything I need for the next 3 months. I've got my Dirt Booster Plus. I've got my Lawn Alive ordered. I've got PGF complete. I've got my Pre-Emergent. I've got everything I need. Get that stuff ordered, because if you try and order it when you need it, more than likely it's going to be out of stock. Also, check your equipment. Don't wait till the last minute. Next month, the mower repair shops and service centers are going to be swamped, absolutely swamped. You'll be waiting 6 weeks to get a repair done. Right now, you're probably at 1 to 2 weeks. And that's what they said on the Toro. So check your equipment. That's about it. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up, and get ready, because here we go. It's going to be a busy season. Doc.